Like, you can go to this party and like maybe you'll cry a little bit.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's in there too. I think I started writing Reckless after I did come home from a party where I was partying harder than everyone else there. And it's that thing where you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh no, did I do the splits in front of that person aggressively? Oh, I think I did. Oh no, when is the Chinese food place across the street open so that I can get some of that something in my body right away? Yeah. So it started from a place of like, oh no, like real embarrassment. And I think my boyfriend at the time was making fun of me. And I was like, oh, someone's laughing about this. Maybe I can laugh about it too. Maybe I can like turn this feeling into something else. There's like a tension between like a deep desire to like be that person at the party who's partying maybe a little too hard. And then the restraint of like, oh no, but you know, you're going to feel bad if you don't. And so there's a desire to be wah, big and wild, while it's sort of encased in like, don't you dare. I don't think you really want that. So I don't even know if we ever really quite get to whatever that is in this song, but we really think hard about it.
There's a lot of tension between the verses, which are like very quirky and angular to my ears, and then the choruses in which you're singing, I want to be reckless, but the camera pulls in and it's like very, very intimate and restrained.
I think it is like confessing the deep secret of the id or whatever.
I love that. You want to listen to a little bit of it? Just
Yeah.
I am the only drunk girl at the party. I am the only drunk girl at the party. Lionesses are lying in wait, they want to dance. Licking their lips and shaking their manes, this is your chance. This is your chance. This is your chance. I want to be. I want to be. I am the only.
Yeah, it's definitely a different world in the choruses than in the verses. Very gauzy, dreamy. It's where the want lives. It has not arrived as manifest.
And so what is the chorus then for you?
I guess the chorus is a bit more present, grappling with the little stones in the path or the pebbles in your shoe. And the chorus is like, oh, but what if?
Well, I feel like the whole song starts with this, vocal loop. I labeled it mbira over here, like it's like a kalimba, mbira, like thumb piano thing.
Yes.
Even though it's your voice, I feel like it really evokes.
That's so interesting because I think I have two kalimbas, but one of them I got really because one of the little goes, and it's just a fun joke to sometimes go. Maybe that was like somewhere in my world.
Yeah. So here's that loop part. And it's like, sounds like it's pretty tightly filtered. Let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, that's like full version.
That's 3 different loops.
Yeah.
Because what's so fun to me about the looper is how many polyrhythms I can get together without having to do them all at once. What's fun to me about it is, I mean, this one the first loop starts on the offbeat. It starts like this. Here we go. Ah, oh, oh, ah, oh, ah, oh, oh, ah, oh. And then the next one gets on the beat.
That's the first one, right? And the second one?
Oh. So that all together it's bum 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 ba, boom, but it comes from three different things interacting with each other. It's the interaction that's fun.
Yeah, I love it. And that's what for me evokes the whole like kalimba thing of like different parts kind of intersecting.
Lionesses are lying in wait, they paw the ground, licking their lips and shaking their manes, they'll hunt you down.
What's the dun dun dun?
Originally it was bass, and here's like the bass part that didn't make it. And I guess that's what I play live. In the spirit of that kalimba thing, I ultimately doubled a lot of the bass parts with this. It's called giant bass tongue drum. It's a sample library. That's like a big kind of log drum thing.
Yeah, I love that. I love that sound for this because it's like a little bell.
Totally.
For each moment, which I feel like is right for this song, which in general has a feeling of like, how do we contain?
Yeah.
So
So here you start adding this rhythmic loop, right? Mm-hmm. Let's listen to that. Where did that idea come from?
Yeah, I wanted something percussive, and it feels bouncy. I don't know. It's the whole like, well, I'm going to a party and I got a bit do-da-da-dee. But it's not a party that's like, as opposed to like, this floor on the floor. We are here on the floor. It ends with a kind of question.
Yeah.
What's next?
Yeah.
Is it that? And then the other.
Whatever that is reminds me of like a cuica, like the Brazilian instrument.
Okay. That's probably what I'm thinking of.
A couple other little flavors here that we're going to get a lot more of later. We have this timpani roll going into the second half of the verse. Here too. So I feel like in this little 2-bar moment that's setting up the next verse, we get just little tastes of what's to come, of like these sort of more orchestral elements, these more synthesized magical elements, and they take us from this like really bare bones rhythmic world
hunt you down.
into
I want to kiss you.
and now we're already in kind of a different world.
Yeah.
Slipping off your ampersand. Lionesses are lying in wait.
There's not even a full drum set part at this moment. What we have is something that is basically just the toms where he's playing. Let's listen to that. Yeah. We just get this kind of announcement.
Yeah. Hello.
Here we get guitar. Now, until this point, we had never made guitar a main element in a Grace McLean song, and certainly there are very few guitars in any of your tracks at all. Your writing is so distinct that didn't want to use stuff that seems like obvious to me, and guitar is a pretty obvious flavor for a guitar player. But for this particular track, I took an electric guitar. It's like this janky old 60s guitar, but I recorded it acoustically, and so it has this like weird kind of like hushed intimate thing.
Yeah.
That to me, to my ears, matches how you sing in the choruses. And what I'm playing here on the guitar is essentially a version of the chorus bass part. This is what the bass sounds like in the chorus. Which also has sort of like a weird, like you don't really expect bass to do that. So that's doubled by this guitar to give it like a little bit more of a 3-dimensional flavor.
So there's like an iron and wine thing going on. Just like very earnest and very like tender. And I like that it shows up first in this like, it's kind of buried present, but it's not taking center stage. I mean, even, it's almost antithetical to the things that are going on because there's so much percussion happening.
Yeah.
And this little like sweet little iron and wine is like, oh, but that's okay. You can still like iron and wine. Like you can go to this party and like you're gonna listen to this and like maybe you'll cry a little bit.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's in there too.
Yeah, totally.